I think it's on my toes. Ah! I thought I was gonna lose my glasses there. Alright, guys. It is Blab Tuesday, and I'm reading the book called The Greatest You. I'm going to finish chapter 1 today. I have a very important question to ask y'all at the end. When I'm done reading this, I got a very important question I want to ask y'all, and something I want to do that I'm going to tell you I'm going to do, but I need y'all's answer. So let me finish reading chapter 1, then I'll ask you the question, and then you tell me, and you give me an answer. Are we cool with that? Because I think I look good like this. Alright. Thank you, Trent. He is my inspiration right now. He has been helping me out a lot. Alright. Let me see how many. I'm going to read how many pages we have to read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13 pages to read until we get to the next chapter 2. But I'm going to ask y'all a question, and y'all can give me an answer, and I'll talk about that at the end. Let's go ahead and get into preparing for the battle. Look, you and I both know that the truth can be very scary. Sometimes it's much easier to live with a difficult situation, one that has slowly drained us of energy we made, of then see things exactly as they are, command to doing the work to get out of the situation. That exactly what I was doing when I was balancing from practice squad to arena football to leagues that never got off the ground, rather than face a reality that was facing it on me. I ran from my battles. This was something I didn't want to see. I couldn't let myself see. If the knowledge that my football life was over, I was afraid that I wouldn't have a life at all. Because my self-endurance, my identity was my confidence, were all wrapped up in football. Without football, who would I be? Okay, a little bit about me on this subject. I didn't really, back in elementary school, I was bullied. I didn't have self-confidence. No one liked me. I remember, what was it? Well, I was pretty cool in kindergarten. I was pretty cool then. People liked me. I played around. I kept to myself. I was kind of the quiet, shy type. When I got into elementary school, first grade, this girl, I cannot remember her name, a bully from hell. She would literally go behind my back every day and twist the backside of my skin, twist and pinch, and I'd be like, ouch, ouch. That really hurts. When you go and do this to somebody and you're twisting their skin like that, like an Indian rope burn or something, it really does hurt. So one day in line, I was in first grade. I went to May Smith Elementary in Pasadena for first grade. It hurt so bad that one of these, I went home and I had bruises on my back, and my mom's like, what happened? She went to school. The school did nothing about it. And I sat there and laid in my room, cried about it, because I had no confidence in myself. I looked at myself, I'm only in first grade. First graders don't usually know what self-confidence is. And I cried and cried because I was being bullied. Then when I went over to Fisher Elementary, and I went there for second grade, my first teacher had Miss Strauss. She was my second grade teacher. I'm not gonna lie, that teacher was a bitch. Okay? In school, the boys used to call me Medusa. Yeah, Medusa. And they would go around, and I'm sure a lot of you heard this. And if you're going to school now and you're a teenager or kid, you probably heard this. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I've got my cootie shots. Well, that's what they used to go around on the playgrounds and say that about me. Oh, here comes Medusa, cootie woman. Don't let her touch you. And that was a game that they literally was playing. And I played along with them because I thought it was cute and funny, you know. I thought it was just a game that we were playing. I really didn't, wasn't upset because they were calling me Medusa or saying that. But then what really hurt my feelings is one day my grandmother, short hair, y'all know I have long hair, it's just up today because it's really hot in Texas. And my grandmother curled my hair. I do not have a picture of me in here. Actually, I do. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll see a group picture of me in 2nd grade, and I'm wearing, I think, a deer sweater. Brown sandals, black socks, and I think red pants or something. I look goofy. And she curled my hair short, and the boys, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get teary-eyed, but the boys, one boy in particular, I can't think of what his name is, but he looked at me one day and he said, Christina, and I said, with a smile, yes, because, boys are cute, and I started liking boys. Hey, I had a boyfriend when I was in kindergarten, okay? The first boy I ever friendly kissed was in kindergarten. Okay, I have older brothers, I watched them kiss, my oldest brother kiss his girlfriend. And he said, I spoke to the custodian today, and I said, yeah, what did he want? Or basically, what did they want? Well, he said he wanted his mop back. So, can I tump you upside down and mop you back to the janitor room? And I was like, he's just picking on me. He was playing with me. I thought he was playing. And we got in line to go to the bathrooms so we could go have lunch. And he said, there's the custodian. He's calling you for his mop back. Come on, let me flip you and let me take you over there to him. And that really hurt my feelings as well. I get my feelings hurt pretty much. My stepdaughter one day, she coughed off and said I was upset. She was going to have a boy spend the night. He's supposed to be bisexual, gay, whatever. She wanted him to spend the night. My husband said it was okay. I said, yeah, when you go to jail over it, or your daughter gets pregnant, don't come crying on my ass. Because I ain't going to do crap about it. That's on you. If I'm leaving, I'm going to go to my friend's house. I'm going to spend the night. I'm not going to be here if you're going to have a boy sitting here. And I looked at my stepdaughter and said, by the way, when I leave to go to Rebecca, my friend Rebecca's thinking about me. When I leave to go to Jana's house, you're in charge of Grandma. That means you can't leave this house. You got to stay here until I get home or Dad gets back from work to take care of Grandma. Oh, no, I'm not. I said, oh, yes, you are. Well, Grandma's here and nobody else is here and you leave. I said, I'm gone for 10, 15 minutes and I'm back. I'm not gone for 2 or 3 hours at a time. She got mad. So, then that day, she told me straight up, she goes, and she said that I was whoring around for money. That upset me. I did cry, and that upset me. And I looked at my husband, and he said, well, and she called me a hobo. She said I dressed like a damn hobo. So I looked at her, and I smiled. She goes, what are you smiling about? I said, you called me a hobo. You're the hobo, you hobo. I said, at least my clothes get washed. Yours don't. Well, why do you wear the same shirt all the time? I said, I'm not always wearing the same clothes. I said, you're the one going through the dirty clothes, wearing dirty clothes to school. No, I'm not. I said, yes, you are. The school's already called and complained about it. And I told him what was up. I said, that's on you. And if that's how she wants to be, that's how she's going to be. Being bullied is bad, and I really don't like being bullied. But there's a lot riding on my life daily. There's a lot riding on your life daily. You don't know what you're going to do from one minute to the next. It's hard. I was putting my life on hold to pressure to a position I no longer exactly felt. And this was turning me angry and dark. But the truth was, and this is the truth for all of us, no matter how fast I ran, my reality was going to get faster away. Your reality always keeps peace with you. Every while I was in the middle of a terminal, I had some idea that running was going to help. But I was so afraid of acknowledging that my football career was over and I convert myself. It was better to keep running. And I kept thinking about some political issues, how I was going to provide for my new family. If I didn't have football as a source of income, looking back, now I can see that I was just delaying my healing, delaying my purpose of delaying my true identity. At the time, though, running through felt like being the only choice, but my life became a complete mess because of it. And it was affecting everything and everyone around me. Anthony was dead and my son was nearly 2. And that's when I finally realized that doing what I was doing wasn't okay anymore. My son was one of the few bright lights in my life. And I had to face up to my situation. If I was going to create a good future for him, I couldn't let him get trapped in my darkness. So from that place, I allowed myself to look at the situation as it really was. I never going to play football at the top level again. And if I was the case, I needed to find my true self. I was going to tell you this, don't hurt. I didn't. But it was a temporary hurt. And until I allowed myself to feel it, I couldn't go on to be a good person and treat me to be. So, yeah, I understand why people run from their battles. I truly do. But there's no problems. If you feel that things aren't right in your life, if you feel that your situation is getting a bit worried all the time, if you feel that just getting up in the morning is becoming a struggle because it means you're got to live with your cellmates, then you really only have one or two choices. You stink, or you can't swim. You can let things keep getting more and more miserable. Or you can go to war. But if you're going to war, then run from your battles is no longer an option. Yes, you might survive if you keep running. But how is that kind of survival working out for you? Survival out for you. It's time to stand and fight. And the first thing you have to do is understand what you're fighting and why you have to come face to face with your reality. Why do so many of us run from our reality? Why do we? Do we even know why we're running for our own reality? It's because there are so many roadblocks preventing us from getting into our goals and a more satisfying and more fulfilling life. These roadblocks come in many varieties, but there are 4. I hear from people all the time. For me, I did have a roadblock, lots of roadblocks. Back in high school, I was on the drill team, and I had a dance scholarship to go to Juilliard. And I did not get to go because my ex-husband said, "You didn't need it. Who's going to take care of your son while you're there? Our son while you're there." I knew I could do it, and I would find a way. My mom and dad offered to take care of my oldest son, Jeffrey. Well, I did go there and, get it done. I knew I could do it, and I knew I wanted to do it, but that was one roadblock. Then I ended up being pregnant with my second son. I had my first son in 93, and right after high school, I got back with my ex-husband, with my oldest son's father, which is my ex-husband, and I had my second son, Joshua. It's hard when you have something and somebody doesn't want you to have it. I modeled for a little bit. I had to quit because my ex-husband says, "Oh, you don't need to do that. You need to be..." Basically, my ex-husband is the type, and I don't know if you've heard people say this or other guys say this, "You should be a stay-at-home mom and be barefoot and pregnant while I go to work and bring home the bacon." Okay, I will admit this is honest to God truth about me. After having my second son, if I would not have got my tubes tied after having my second son, I would probably had 5 kids by now, or even more. Who knows? It could have been 19 kids and counting with him. Been 19 in the family with us, By the way, I do like that show, even that it's no longer, but still, it's hard. One thing is addiction. A lot of people say they're addicted to something. They can't really fulfill their dreams because they're addicted. Most of us have some sort of addiction that we're battling in some way. It may not necessarily be one of the big ones, like drugs, alcohol, and sex, but other addictions can be just as troublesome. Maybe you're addicted to sugar. Soda waters for me. I'm addicted to soda waters. Maybe you're addicted to work. Maybe you're addicted to social media or unhealthy relationship. Whatever your addiction, it is enormous roadblock in your life. And it is tempted to face up your reality. The truth is that addiction are a way of escaping reality. And yet they're very expensive influences which you're reaching your goal. Now, absolutely, of an addiction, we're easy to break. They're going to be the toughest job you have in facing your reality, and it's very difficult to do this on your own. But that's exactly why it's important that you do so. And I understand it's hard. Number 2, the past. Something that happened in the past. I'm going to tell you something right now. Oh wow, this is a long one. So is number 4. That you might not realize. There isn't a struggle adult working around on this planet who doesn't have something he or she's regretting about in the past. If you have a lot of regrets, you are completely not alone. Life is a complete journey, and no one gets through that journey without a few things. they wish hasn't happened still. Even if you understand this, it is easy to convert yourself that's grateful or embarrassing or damaging stuff in your past is worse than most other people and possible to overcome. I'm here to tell you that this is true. Your past may be with you. Fulfill with things you wish you could make disappear. But the only way to move forward is to face those things, accept it, and effect that had on your life. And the knowledge that the past doesn't need to define you forever. When I was in school, I was growing up, my grandma always told me, look in the mirror, and you always say, I am gorgeous today. I am beautiful. I am drop dead gorgeous. I'm beautiful. I'm the most beautiful girl on earth. And you say that to yourself, and that gives you confidence in your appearance. So I would always go in the mirror, and I still do it today. I look in the mirror before I do my videos and make my makeup on and put my makeup and stuff, and I look at myself and say, I'm gorgeous with or without makeup. And I smile. And I look in the mirror and I smile again, and then I go put on my makeup. My self-confidence as well as my appearance. I thought, well, there's this boy oh my God. He was so gorgeous. And I liked him in junior high. His name was Joel. I'm not going to say his last name. But his name was Joel. My best friend at the time, Rebecca, said, Joel, Christina has a crush on you. Oh my God, my cheeks were red. I was blushing. My cheeks were like a blushing, let's see if I got, blushing pink color. And I was blushing, and I said, why did you tell him that? I said, okay. So I got her back in history class. She liked this boy named Aaron. And I said, Aaron, Rebecca thinks you're hot, sexy, gorgeous. And she goes, ah. So I told you I was going to get you back. And I got her back. But I always had appearance when Joel came to me and told me we were better off friends than we would be lovers. And he didn't like me like that. He looked at me as his little sister. I was sad, but then I realized, you know what? We're still friends today, and I am excited. Okay, so could be a relationship you wanted in the past that you didn't really get. For me, I thought I was ugly. I didn't think people liked me. I was skin and bones. I was a skinny little booger. I didn't eat much. I'm always working out, running, jogging, riding bikes. As a child, as a baby, I was born with a hole in my heart like my brother. And I still got the hole in my heart till this day. I've had kidney problems. I was 6 years old in the hospital having surgery because I couldn't potty correctly, so I had to cross my legs to go potty. I've had so many medical problems, and with everything I had, when I always thought I was never going to get me a boyfriend. Then my friend Rebecca, speaking of her, she is married to my junior high boyfriend of 3 days. I dated him for just 3 days. I seen girls, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Because when I was going to school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade was all together. And I was, I think, 6th grade actually. I was in 6th grade when I dated him. Dated him for 3 days. I seen all these girls with a boy, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a boyfriend. Never kissed him. Never hugged him. Never held his hand. Never touched him. But the only bad thing about it that was annoying was he always sang two Guns N' Roses songs, Paradise City and Welcome to the Jungle. Till this day, I hate them songs. But I have listened to them on YouTube just to listen to it. And it was playing on the car radio one day in the truck. Me and my husband was driving and it played. And I was like, he goes, "There's your song with your old boyfriend." I said, "Shut up." But other than that, it was pretty cool. But when I married my ex-husband, used to tell me, he said, "You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You can have any man you want on earth." Yeah, I can. You know, when I married my husband that I'm married to now, I told him, and I said, "I'm not the prettiest girl in the world. There's women prettier than me, but I am gorgeous and I do have a big heart." And he says, "You know, I was thinking the same thing." He said, "I'm not the most handsomest man on earth, but I have a big heart. And I want to share my big heart with you." I said, "So do I." And my husband now, oh my God, makes me laugh. We're so good together. He calls me his little Miss Piggy, and I call him my Kermit, and everybody thinks it's cute and funny. We tried to find Piggy and Kermit for a wedding cake, but we couldn't find it. I said, "There's a problem here." He goes, "What?" "On the Muppets, Piggy is taller than Kermit." He goes, "Yeah, but you're fat and short, and you look like a Miss Piggy." And I smiled and thought that was cute. And I said, "Yeah, you got long arms, long legs like Kermit. You're my Kermit." He said, "Okay, I'm Kermit, you're Piggy." So right now, I've been looking I want to get for my Jeep, when I get my Jeep running, I want to get a Piggy and a Kermit, stick them to put in my Jeep window for us. And I want to write across the chest on Kermit, I want to put Patrick, and on Miss Piggy, if she's wearing a hat or whatever, I'm going to put my name, Christina. So I think that'd be cool. I know this video is going to be long, but that's alright. Let's get on to number 3 so I can get this done. Your failures. People fail all the time. I failed more times than I can count. Every time I know and love has failed, in one way or another, on numerous occasions. And I'm sure I don't know about all of their failures. If you're alive, you're going to fail many, many times. I understand how hard it is to come back from failures. In the moment, they seem awful, and sometimes it is truly a fact to recover from the damage that was done. Sometimes failure is hard to accept, that you just try to pretend it never happened. That's a problem, though, because ignoring your failures makes it easier to repeat them. What you need to do instead is allow the failures and the lesson to be learned from them to guide you toward goals. But you can only do that if you face them head on. For me, some failures is cooking. I have tried to make something and cook good, and it has failed. And my husband has come home from work, and I'm in the kitchen stomping my feet, yelling, screaming. I've even thrown an egg across the room and almost hit him in the head. And he goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm a failure at this. I can't do this." And he says, "What are you trying to do? Let me help you out." I said, "Make homemade gravy." And I can't. He says, "Don't worry about it. We'll get it done." And he told me, excuse me, he told me what I was doing wrong and what I needed to do. So again, I tried to make that gravy and I failed again. Next time, I'm hoping it's going to be perfect. It might just be. Options. I don't care what anybody thinks. How many times you have said that in your life? Has it ever actually been true? If you're like most people, not only do you care about what other people think, but their opinions they have is a huge effect on you. Maybe your mother made you feel like a disappointment. Maybe a teacher told you you never get ahead. Maybe a coach told you that being a starter isn't your future. Or maybe it wasn't anything that black and future, or black and white. Instead, you just have the sense that people think you're only okay in terms of smarts or not particular attendance to kind of board. The opinions can create a huge roadblock for you because you can begin to see yourself as you think other people see you. And this has got so much worse since social media came around. Now, I'm not going to suggest that you ignore what other people think, because that would be like me telling you not to breathe. But an important part of facing your reality is acknowledging other options, putting them in your proper context. Who's saying these things? And do they have an angle? And then describing how much truth there are in any of these options. Okay. This is getting kind of long, so I'm going to kind of stop here. And I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 10 more pages to read, but I'm going to stop here for a second and do a part 2 on this video, because I do want to talk about some other things and whatnot. I want to try to finish chapter 1. When I do my videos on Facebook, Facebook and YouTube, and I make my videos, I talk about products I like. Let's see. I can find something here. Okay, like this is from Bath and Body Works. I like this lotion, and if it's in one of my Friday faves or Monday must-haves for your makeup collection, I'm not trying to tell you to go out and buy it. I'm telling you I like it, and I think you should have it in your makeup collection. But that's not up to me for you to go get it. That's up to you to decide. Should I go buy the Georgia Peach and the Sweet Tea body lotion? Or should I get, and I would say get the sample size and test it out. If I'm telling you that this is my #1 favorite deodorant, which it's not, but if it was, go try it out. I'm not telling you to go buy this stuff and put it in your collection. It's what I have in my collection that I like, and that should help you out a little bit. That's basically up to you. Not up to me, but up to you. I'm not trying to get anybody to do what they don't want to do. It's up to you. I know I got 9 more pages to read. Okay. I'm debating whether to read the 9 pages now and make this video long, or just stop. I'll go ahead a little bit. Roadblocks are there to get past, or they would be roadblocks. If you could just drive right through them, they wouldn't be blocking you at all. But unlikely that roadblocks that kept you off the highway the other day, you can get around these roadblocks. The first thing you have to do is acknowledge that roadblock is there. Face your reality, and then you can figure out how to get around. I'm going to let a fellow rehabber speak here to help you work on this. Okay, I'm not going to get into this part because this is somebody else. The next thing we'll start with is time to be brutally honestly. There's like 8 more pages, but I'm not going to read what this other person wrote. So here's the deal. I've been getting a lot of feedback. They don't want me to read this book anymore. So, yesterday in the mail, I ordered this book off of Amazon. It was $5 and something, free shipping. How to do your makeup like a professional. If you'd like for me to start on this book, let me know. Or do you want me to finish reading The Greatest You? I don't mind reading this book to y'all a little at a time. This has got, let's see. Let me see here. The Greatest You has, I believe, 10 chapters. Yeah, it's got 10 chapters in Greatest You. And this book has 7 chapters. So it's up to you by letting me know in the comments in the description down below. Do you want me to finish The Greatest You book? Yes. If you do, I'm not saying put yes or no. If you want me to finish reading The Greatest You, that will be book 1. So you'd put a 1 down. If you want me to read How to Apply Your Makeup Like a Professional and give you makeup tips, that would be a number 2. I do want to do some more talking about me as well when I do read The Greatest You, or even when I do the makeup book. I'll do some talking about me because I know a lot of people says they want to hear some more about me, and I would love to finish reading The Greatest You, whether I read it with you guys or read it myself. I do want to finish reading it, and vice versa. And if it's a book y'all don't want to hear, I'll read it, or I could still read some of it and still read the other book as well, but just take turns. So let me know in the description box down below which one you would like for me to read on my Blab Tuesday. Give me some inspiration on what else I could maybe talk about or read or do for you guys. Okay? I love all of you, and thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, I would like to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Until next time. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Bye.